Welcome back to another video. Today I am discussing or explaining and defending Obito. Now Obito, of course, is a benefactor of somebody who was manipulated by Madara, but garnered the skills and training under Madara, as well as Madara and Zetsu styles, as well as one of the more broken abilities in Naruto, Kamui. He has other aliases. He used Madara, of course, whenever he had to fight Minato. Of course, he lost to Minato incredibly quick. He then off to change his name to Toby for at least the Akatsuki days until he becomes White Masked Obito. He doesn't really mention a name when he becomes a White Mask, because at that point he's one of the stronger characters in the series. Of course, as we know, Obito grew up with his grandma, eventually falling in love with Ren, who was part of Team Minato with him, Kakashi, and Ren. Unfortunately, they had to grow up in the Third Shinobi World War, so they were child soldiers. Unfortunately, one of these missions, Minato is not present at the mission, which is weird that they didn't have an adult there. But anyway, they did not have any sort of mission towards that, so they in turn go save Ren. Yeah, they rather are going to save Ren or are no. Yeah, they're saving Ren at this point. Kakashi does at the Kakashi on the Ren mission to save. He's like, hey, we should leave her. Dubba, we forget it. She likes me, you like her, but I don't like neither of you. Anyway, there was a cave in, something goes wrong, and Obito gets crushed under the rocks. As Swag puts it, he should not be alive. Zetsu cells, Hashirama cells should only do so much. Half his head, half his brain, half his heart, half his legs, half lungs, half ribs, everything is gone. Everything is dead. He should not be coming back. This is anime. You keep up with it. Anyway, since he was saved by White Zetsu by the orders of Madara and Black Zetsu, he took under training of Madara, eventually ranking his up the ranks. And really what pushes him over the edge is when Ren dies, or Ren jumps in front of Kakashi and commits her own death. Now, unfortunately, this puts Obito over the edge, seeing that the world is truly evil and nothing that he does can change it. So he puts his all in trying to change the world, while also throwing a tantrum as a baby, blaming the leaf and everyone else for the world's problems, which, of course, he says the shinobi world inherently is broken. The world, as the shinobi exists, war will exist. So he has to create a different world, of course, with the help of Madara. But Madara is playing him like a fool. In terms of that, since Obito really doesn't know how to recollect or regain his feelings, he still listens to Madara. He goes on, attacks the leaf, tries to gain control of the Nine Tails. Now, this is my headcanon. Originally, he's just there for the Nine Tails. He gets the Nine Tails, he takes control of the Nine Tails, and he dips with the Nine Tails. I don't think he was actually supposed to stay and fight Minato, like, at all. He shouldn't have, at least. But since he has so much hatred for the leaf, he still had control of the Nine Tails, but unfortunately Minato breaks that control and the Nine Tails goes on a rampage. Now, within that, Minato then fights Obito for 5 seconds. Obito loses incredibly quick, and then Minato goes off and fights the Nine Tails, and that kills him. But I think the original plan, that at least my headcanon, is that Obito was just there for the Nine Tails and he had to leave. But since he wanted his revenge on Minato, he said, "This is my time," and couldn't do a thing. Anyway, we know he has an incredible, powerful genjutsu with Izanagi, taking over the fourth Mizukage's body and being able to take control of most, if not all, the tailed beasts at one time. Now, of course, with his abilities, we know that his main major ability was Kamui, where he allows to phase through some things. While he can't attack, he could phase through them on defensively and teleport things inside the Kamui dimension, separate outside of the outside world, where his body goes when he has to phase himself. So he can either put himself all in there or just move parts of his body in and out. Of course. Now, we never really get to see Obito's EMS abilities, but we know his Mangekyo Sharingan abilities of Kamui is incredibly broken, and he has Izanagi via Madara. So, in terms of everything, let me defend my boy. It's time for the defense. Let me defend him. Because everyone keeps talking, and I'm in the circles of, oh, Obito did what he did over a girl. I could never. He really did like Ren, and unfortunately, Madara is not the most stable person to train with. He obviously fed into Obito's delusions and fed him more hate, more spew towards the leaf to, you know, keep him going, keep his hatred aflamed, so eventually he was going to have to be used in battle against all his former friends, whether that's Minato or Kakashi. Like, he even looks over Kakashi day by day as Kakashi visits Ren and, at least at that time, Obito's, burial. So even at then, Obito still had the struggle of, hey, I want to talk to my man, but I can't talk to my man. Why can't I talk to my man? Outside of all of that, yeah. But anyway, since Madara kept feeding him, loving him, feeding him, and he's a child soldier, so he of course saw all the messed up things of a 10, 11, 12 year old that should not seen, and was unfortunately put on the killing battlefield at 10, 11, 12. He was groomed by Madara, and eventually, unfortunately, that made Obito's world. He formed Obito's world, and we saw how that went. So he didn't just start it over a girl. Madara fed into him. Now, unfortunately, if Obito goes back to the village with Kakashi, along with Ren's body, so there would be Kakashi, Obito, and Ren going back to the leaf once the hidden rain people are dealt with, while Obito goes on that rampage. Minato doesn't feed into that delusion or feed into that state of mind that Obito is trying to put himself into, and they try to get to a better start. And eventually Obito would have snitched that, hey, Madara is still technically alive, we should go get him for real. And they do all of that. Anyway, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, let me know, does he ever find out that Ren's death was caused by Madara? I don't think he ever does.